Unravel. The playthrough. This is episode 3, where we go through is actually part of the level. So essentially, again, another really beautiful pretty much taking place directly after the last level finishes, where essentially we go on, as the name of this level suggests, a mountain trek. This is probably one of my favourite levels of the game, just because it's a nice combination of good puzzles, nice music, just all round, quite basically. The puzzles actually in this level are quite, they're not bad. They are probably a little bit frustrating in some ways, because you do encounter, which we'll see soon, some quite aggressive animals, I guess is the best way of putting it. Which, I've mentioned in previous episodes that, for a game that appears to be about respecting nature and stuff, it does seem a little bit odd that it's quite not very nice, which you'll see with this kind of gerbily thing. It's a bit like Michael Flatley. Can't remember what was up there. Something up here, which I can't remember what. I think there's a ooh. So with this, that's not supposed to happen. It's a little bit frustrating because, okay, he's still there. Because he is supposed to... Alright, so that's really annoying. So that boat you need to get. Again, this is the reason why I didn't do it as a no death run, because it can be a little bit frustrating with those kinds of things. It just doesn't make sense. But I always thought that was a little bit mean, making all those, I guess, fungus, making him quite sick and unwell. It just felt odd. Now this next part is again one of the moments you've probably seen in the trailer of the game. One of the more disappointing moments for me, in the sense that it just kind of does nothing. You hook a line with the fish, you go for a ride, and that's it. He bashes you into the water. That's really it, which is really disappointing, because it, would have been nice to have seen a little bit more done with that. Maybe have Yanni be able to take the lure out of the fish's mouth for some reason, or something like that. It just felt like a wasted moment, basically. So you can hop down that way, but to save yarn and to save backtracking, you just hop back down this way, because you're going to need to push it up. And if you jump down around there, then you're going to run out of yarn fairly quickly. which I think I actually do in a minute. Forgot that you need to do that. Put a anchor on there, swing under. And then this is, you know, the little mole thing comes to get their revenge. Why am I not able to go through? There we go, alright. Don't know why I wasn't able to go through a second there. This is again one of the more frustrating elements of this game because you need to be really precise here. And if you happen to mistime a jump or something like that, then you get killed very quickly like that. It's really tedious because, you know, it just makes for even more frustrating elements there. And often the first couple of times I played through this level, I would miss that jump, which would be really, really frustrating. So this whole map here, there is a sort of a puzzle that you can use to get to a collectible item that's over there. But for the sake of this particular run through, we're not going to show that, just because there's no point. So we're just going to push this bucket all the way over here. Again, this is a really simple puzzle. It doesn't take much to essentially you need to be able to get up the top, and to do that you just push that across. Very, very easy. And we're back out in the nice, oh, hang on, in the nice sunlight area. Almost at the end. That's right, got to put anchor on there. I did quite like this idea. In the sense that it makes a bit of sense, you know, to weight it down. No, Yanni, you gotta jump up. See, this spiderweb up here, it would be nice if they implemented something, you know, a puzzle with spiderwebs or something. I mean, the front of this game, whoops, it's a bit far. Where are you going? The front, you know, the main image of this particular game has yarn making up the spiderweb. It just doesn't make any sense. Litter bugs, that's what they are. And there's quite a few spiders and bugs around, so it would make sense to kind of make a puzzle related to that. Now, don't do what I usually do on this one. If you're going for a no death run, just keep in mind, don't stand close to this, okay? Try and get as close as you can, and then pull, because of course they are logs of wood, so if they fall on you, you will die, and it's the very last thing you got to do. So on no death runs, that's really frustrating. So there we go. Thank you again for watching this particular video. Make sure to hit us up on Facebook, Another Dungeon, Twitter, Another Dungeon, and head over to anotherdungeon.com. Thank you very much. Bye.